Morning, everyone. How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you're doing good. Had a good day. Had a good afternoon yesterday. Maybe you had a great Globex session. Lots and lots of trades available in this market right now. But today might be a day where this market just needs to calm down for a minute and breathe. All right, we've had an incredible 3-day week so far. We're into day 4 and we're opening up imbalance. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the stream open on my side monitor here, which is a touchscreen, so I can see you guys. There we go. All right, so let's go over the charts as always. Thursday here, where are we opening up? All right, first thing to notice is a failed breakout of the low so far, opening up back inside range. All right, so we had that overnight. Overnight, we came to the sort of 200 level that we were looking for. Anyone who watched my stream yesterday or anyone who looked at my X report, you know, I said, if we reject 610, we're going to trade down to 400. Under there, well, we were looking to take out this low or to see if we were going to protect the low. I reckon we protect it and save it for Friday. We'll see. So far, overnight, failed breakout or failed look below, trade inside. What have we done down here? Came under the lower Bollinger Band, finding a bid back up. What have we got just under this for if and when we do crack, if the bowl keeps coming down with the 5-day, we've got Mr. 50-day and value area high from the current year. So this is where the market seems like it at least wants to come to. Probably not today though. Today, we probably need to build out some liquidity, just like we did on this day. All right, build liquidity out, fake break, go sideways, build the liquidity out. Maybe we break down. Maybe, you never know, they recover. So I'm thinking inside bar, probably pretty choppy in here today. And the hourly bar and GEX agree with what I think. All right, so if we come over to here, we look at the hourly, bring this up. We're trading inside yesterday's value area. All right, so if we look at this, here's value area high from yesterday, here's value area low from yesterday, here's point of control. What did we see overnight? All right, here's the 610 crack somewhere around here. There's your 610 crack. All right, there's the move down in towards the 400s, which was the old point of control. We wash under it, we protect this low, we trade back inside, we reclaim previous day value area low, we reclaim point of control, we come up towards value area high, we've rejected in front of value area high, we're coming back down towards point of control, we found a bid, we're coming back down there again. Here's your block. All right, let's just make it really simple. It's basically 29,000 to 28,500. All right, so you got 500 points of rotational range. So you range traders, you should be prepared for a good day, because it's not every day in the market you get this kind of range available for you. Okay, what I'll be looking for is how we act at the extremes if I'm going to take a trade today. All right, so do we come under here, lose it, reclaim it, bid back up? Do we come over here, push through, come back under, reject, come back down? All right, those are the kind of range trades that you'll be looking for. If we find acceptance, all right, if we come up here and we find acceptance and we start to hold the bid, then obviously we're looking for that trade back towards 300, where we were just shy of yesterday. And I'd say there's quite a few stops there now. So if they do want to run 300, they can get right up here, right towards 580s. Yeah, point of control in the current week. It's a big if, but, and maybe. Same down here. If we come under this and we stay heavy on the back test, well, we've got lots of stops down here to run. So they might want to come down to those low 2s. All right, and we can talk about if and what after then, but that would be your max target for today. My thought is that we're going to spend most of the day in here and we're probably going to struggle moving outside of it. But things change. We've got lots of headlines swirling right now. You know, Iran war is back on, clearly back on. I mean, it never wasn't on, but you can only talk shit for so long and get caught out. Okay, GEX. GEX agrees with what I've just said. How do we know that? All right, we're opening up right at the high volume level. All right, we have extreme call walls on the upside. All right, so we can call it 29,200 upside, and extreme call walls to the downside 28,200. All right, so this is the sweep we'd look for the downside. This would be the back test of the SBR upside. Those are the extremes. Within that, we've got call walls within range and a put wall just outside of range. So we're tight in here. All right, we're tight in here, and down here we've got a reason to find a bid back up here. We've got a reason for a sell. So that's the ultimate extreme, which is what we just went over on the H1. To make that make sense, that's here and that's here. All right, so they're absolute extremes, and these are the value area extremes right now. All right, so rotation in here and bigger rotation is in here. Okay, let's go through the other charts. Going through our process as we do each and every day. You can see I've got Globex marked out here as well. You might want to have a look at that. The only reason I've done that is because the range is so big. All right, ES. Same kind of story here, folks. A big difference with the ES is it put in a lower low. All right, so this did sweep where NQ didn't. So you had divergence there. And after it swept, look at that pattern. Thanks very much. Had we run any of those stops out? No, we hadn't. Okay, we're going to come and take some of those stops into P1. And the question is now, is this a two leg which starts to give back? And can they get underneath this low? If not, new range probably developed in here. Okay. If they get back above, I'd say 40s, we can develop a range from 40s to 400s. Come back down into the spiders. Same story. You can see the gap. All right. So there's the sweep in the after hours yesterday. There's the gap up. Will they hold this gap now? All right, so they've probably gone half back on the gap already, I would imagine. Yeah, half back on the gap already. So they're trying to find a 50% bid to get back inside here. That's where they want to get. They want to get back inside here right now. If they fail to get back inside there, that gap fill becomes more and more likely. So the first thing to watch for this morning is if dips hold this sort of 50% line and they catch that bid back up. If they do, right, partial here, and if they go back in here, this is your choppy range. So then you'd see if the long extends up and if they sell that back down and for the rest of the day. I think today's going to be tough, folks. I think today might be a little tough. All right, Qs, same kind of thing. Differences like we talked about, didn't sweep. Push up, half back. They're trying to hold these 98s. All right, if they can hold 98s where they're trying to get is up, all the way up here. Might struggle with it. Most of the chop is going to happen in here. I'd say basically 700 to 705. It looks like the most choppy zone right now. Okay, let's have a look at crude. All right, on the way back up. Why? Because we're back into bombing Iran again. Trump coming out this morning saying he's going to take the island and control all of oil. Of course you are, mate. Because you said so, you must be able to take out over the whole of oil in the Middle East. It's bonkers, the stuff being said. It's not going to happen. You can't just control oil because you said it. It doesn't quite work like that. There are actually some other countries in the Middle East who will have a say on it. All right, so if they don't like that in crude, surprise, surprise, they're like, well, what the hell is going to go on here? All right, VIX is what we're watching here to see if it holds this bid over 2021. If it does, that's where it's looking for 25. This is by the end of the week. All right, if we get up here, that's a very risk-off market. We will start then considering to buy dips in the bigger market. If we can start accelerating 25 to 30s, I'll be interested in bigger long-term swing dips in the market. That's your over-under. All right, let's quickly go through these. SOXL, all right, gapping up as well. Washed the lows, held the bid. Back inside, here's your choppy area, 220 to 175, 180 right now, and the real chop is here, 200 to 180. So 20-point chop here in SOXL while it builds out liquidity. It's still bearish overall, but this is potentially a gap which can hold to come to the top side of the range. So I'd be watching that. Do they hold bids today on semis to get up to 220? Remember, tomorrow is the big IPO day. Everyone's watching that. Let's just have a look at software. Software a little weaker. All right, so they're bidding. Here we go. So they're bidding semis, selling software today so far in the pre-market. Right, MAG. Let's go through MAG. Apple. Let me zoom this in. There we go. All right, Apple in 3-day range down here now. All right, just back and forwards. All right, it's looking for a break over to get back into here. If it can't do that and we build sufficient liquidity, it does a failed break, comes to the underside, breaks down. Amazon, gapping up, came to my blue box. All right, so this is the blue box where I was looking to maybe start a small swing position in. So we'll see if we hold this, I'll start trying to get a little bit long in here. You can see they're priced in lower moves at the moment, but I'll see if they hold that based on higher time frame now. So if they can, and they get through this pivot at 40s, then they get the lift. So I'll be watching to see if we break 40s or if we hold sort of 35s today. Let me just remove that yellow line. Can we remove it? Okay, Goog. Same kind of story, not quite there into my zone where I have a level of interest. Gapping up, coming back down, holding the gap right now. So the same story, we've broken out of range. There's downside pressure. If they back test and stay heavy, this is where they're coming. Weakness in Goog, but we are opening up flat. Meta, same story. All right, gapped up, already giving it all back. We'll see how we act at these lows. That looks terrible. Microsoft, weak with software. We just said we're rebidding or trying to rebid. Semis, that's your line. All right, I would say 96 to 97, reject that, lower prices, reclaim that, and then try and get back to the midpoint of this range, which will be 400. Nvidia should be trying to bid back up. There we go. All right, so gapping up, 50% back. It's trying to get back inside of this right now. Big question mark whether it's going to have the strength to do it. Tesla, same story. All right, gapping up, half back, holding the bid. 390 is the key. You can see right here from the balance that it was in. All right, if we get acceptance back into 390s, we rotate $10 here, 390s to 400. Over 400, we can try and get back to these teens and maybe even 420. All right, that is pretty much it. We'll have a look at a couple of the broader names. Oracle looks weak on earnings. We talked about this, the debt problem that they have. This is why we had to be very careful with that trade and had to lock in on that first push up. All right, they have a debt issue. They've got to raise some money for that, which means probably some offerings and some other stuff. So you can see it's a nasty move down. It's not what you want to see, but it was probable. And we'll just see how far they come back in now, whether they're willing to hold some of these key pivots here. All right. So this is your pre-market big gap. Are they willing to hold this and have another go? Otherwise, it's night-night, and we do have some equal lows down there that they can come back for. Okay, folks. So that has us pretty much covered. So before any of you go, what's your bias today? My bias today is chop. All right, my bias today is chop. All these levels. All right, we have 2 minutes. I am just going to grab my water bottle, which I left next door, so that I'm ready. Come right back. Okay, folks. So 1.5 minutes to the open. Nice and calm. I already turned the aircon off. I already turned it off. All right, we can get rid of this. Definitely some rejection there. Remember, we're bearish overall. We're just running out of room to move lower at the moment, but you know, news can change that. We can just go risk off because they're just like, no, we don't like this. Too scary, we're going risk off. So that's also very, very possible. All right, folks, 20 seconds. Let's see if we can, how we act at some of these ideally. All right. I want to see how we act at some of these. Don't really want to trade the mid. It's the last thing I want to do. Not opening up in a great area to look at a trade this morning, unlike the other days. But, you know, we can move 100, 200 points in the first few minutes and things change. Here we go. Bookmap having a few data issues here by the looks of it. It's struggling to process. Yeah. Struggling to keep up right now. As is Ninja. I can see Ninja's running slightly behind Bookmap, so maybe it says slight CME lag here. Yeah, it's just the amount of orders which have gone through recently, I think. But yeah, you can see there's definite a little bit of a struggle here with CME getting this data through. There we go, here's the chop. You can see I'm absolutely bothered right now. Do not care. This is not a great place. It's not a good trade location. So see if we can come to extremes and provide a good trade location. Yeah, data feels a little laggy. I don't think it's a rhythmic thing, honestly, because I'm on Tradeify. I think it's just CME thing. All right, into 24-hour view up here, into this neutral zone in terms of the options market. ES starting to break down. SOXL trying to push up and break its pre-market highs. QQQ coming back in. Mixed bag here. Tesla green on the day. Nvidia green on the day. Apple trying to be green on the day. The rest of the market red on the day. Software weak. Semi strong. So rotation maybe back into semis to start the day by the looks of it. So here's the dip, back down to VWAP. They're trying to push up off this right now to get back to test New York Open. How we at there will obviously become fairly key, I would say. It would be better if we came right down into this though, rather than, this is still chop zone. All of this is still chop zone. Here would be better. Some very big aggressive buyers came in there at VWAP. Very big. Right, SOXL starting to break out to the upside. So we've got divergence here. Q's hanging around near lows. SOXL is breaking out to the upside. So 200's your over under right now. Whether they can bid and hold over 97s. Doesn't look like they can at the moment. Looks like a pump and fail, but we'll see. Love us to come back down to value area low before we do anything else. Any of these would be great. And I'll tell you what, my value area low on Ninja is at 560s. It's a little bit higher than this. It's actually here. So we've got about 20 point discrepancy there. You've got an 80 point difference between point of control. Let me have on Ninja. Look on Ninja Trader. Where's my one on Ninja Trader? It is 832s. Yeah, I've got. It's the same, man. They're like far off, aren't they? Well, do you know what? I'm going to trust this more. Given how we've acted up there, I'm going to trust that more, which is my Ninja Trader one. So we'll move that up. It's definitely a level here though, because we did bid off it. Maybe I'll just put. Oh, I can't put both of those in. Why are they so awful? Can't they judge it together? Maybe I'll put both in. Hang on. Really? Can't do it together. There we go. All right, so coming back down, this is good. We'll see how we act when we get down here. Value area low, yeah. I've got 530 for value area low. Ninja Trader has it at 565, so you know. It's great, isn't it? The discrepancies with them all the time. All right, ES coming back down to low of day, about to fill its gap by the looks of it, which is what ES wants to do. I will tell you, semis still look pretty strong here. They're starting to base. They're trying to get back through up towards 200, which is their over-under. So a bid starting to come in here on the semis if they can hold. ES the complete opposite, and Q's weak-ish. Gap fill will be down here. Back to view up here. Yeah, ES trying to break the lows. It's trying to do its gap fill. Q's holding on to a big options level here, 98, what we talked about pre-market, QQQ. So they're unwilling to break the low so far. If they break the low, the gap fill becomes available, the pre-market low, which is basically this guy here. At the moment they're bidding it. Software to the semis to 200 now. This is the big level for semis. If it can squeeze through 200, we're going to go 207s, and NQ might start lifting. So I'm interested how they act here at these 200s. And ES trying to bid up to view up. Okay, there's the bid on the semis. All right, we'll watch this New York Open to see if we can hold a bid over this or not, or if it's just a fake out. So far rejecting that New York Open. We get back through that, we basically go red to green on the New York day, and we can squeeze up towards the highs. So we're watching this now to see if we hold a bid or not. If we reject, there's the squeeze through. Okay, see if we can bid on the pullback in. It's not an ideal area, but given what's going on semis, I wouldn't mind being involved. Are they willing to hold the bid? Can I get the right account up in time? All right, semis at the twos. So I want to see if they hold this pullback and then accelerate upside now. If they can't hold the pullback at New York Open, there's nothing to trade. So I'd say New York Open to 41 has to hold. If they can't hold this, we make new lows. There's the 41. I'm not ready yet. I'm not seeing a buyer step up yet. I'm trying to be patient. There's 41 again. So someone is trying to protect it. SOXL just rejected 200 though. Don't fill me with confidence to bid. Yeah, stuck at VWAP. Yeah, I don't like this. The alignment has gone now without SOXL breaking. We'll see. If I trade it, it would be very small. They're trying to hold the bid there for the acceleration up. All right, I'm long. Very, very, very small size. We'll see if we can break through these highs and pop these stops at 85s. If not, I have to take this off. I'm not going to risk this under 40s. Cannot come under 40s here. It's that simple. It's a horrible area to trade in, Alex. Why are you trying to trade this? There you go. You've seen the trap, so you're trying. Yeah, so XL keeps getting stuck. Oh, you know better than to trade this, Alex. You know better than to trade this. Okay, out. Not going to hold through it. Oh, he had a go of trading chart. Why did you have a go of trading chart? Why? Well, because you're an idiot. At least you played micro. Bothered. Surprised I tried that. Yeah, well, I don't mind. Like, I put a micro on just in case it went, and it didn't go. I don't mind losing 20 points on a micro, a single micro, mate. It's not like we're slinging big size. Anchor, yes. Sorry, my friends. Sorry. It was just in case it went. Okay, probably going to come right back down to value area low now, and then we can reassess again. ES looks like it wants to fill that gap. God, this is awful. Back to no man's land. Well, I'm going to promise myself now, I'm not trading unless we come down here. I'm going to promise myself we have to come really down here, ideally. Here or here, and I'm going to ignore the rest now. I'll give it one go in case I was trying to see in case I could get this move up here to then fade back in, but I couldn't. So we'll just... mixed bag as well. All right, Tesla 0.12% up, Nvidia 0.40% up. Microsoft 2.08% down, Meta 1.57% down, Google 1.68% down, Amazon 0.79% down, Apple basically flat. It's green, but it's flat really. All right, little imbalance here. Are they going to come back down to value area low and make a decision? Sellers trying to be aggressive down here to get the break lower, not getting it. We need you to come down here somewhere for us to even be able to assess this market now. Has to decide if it's going to put a higher low in down there on the hourly. Stuck at view up again. SOXL trying to find a bid here. Can't hold that bid at the 97s we talked about. Okay, market starting to go green to red, those other names. So Tesla going green to red, Apple hovering. So Mag not bidding back up right now. Software remains weak. Almost a triple bottom from yesterday. No. It's a higher low on an hourly down there so far. I don't see the third one. They put a higher low in. I would like to see us trade through that, but probably I'd like to see us go sideways today and trade through it tomorrow. All right, gap fill coming on the SPY and ES here. We can make a decision when we get down here of what next. Almost there on the spiders. How is this not broken lower? There's so much selling going on here. Someone's trying to absorb this tape, but I think we come lower first. Why would you want to hold it here and pin it? Maybe they do. It's still not filling its gap. That's horrible. Back inside the chop. $400 lot seller up there at 750s. Sorry, I'm to move my bookmap around. It keeps getting stuck. Yeah, it's struggling to deal with the data right now. You can see it. I'm getting these warning orders. Okay, so failed breakout lower. ES didn't fill the gap. SPY didn't fill the gap. ES got close. Back to the upside. Back in the chop. Back still inside. Still inside yesterday's range and Globex range. SOXL back to pre-market high. Sitting on hands. Tradeify just died for you. Yeah, I think they're really. I said it yesterday in Discord. I'm actually surprised more things haven't gone down the last few days, just given the range and the size of orders coming through. Here's the squeeze back up, and here comes semis again. If we don't come down here, I can't get long. I've tried once already. It's up to you guys if you want to trade it. I'm not going to do it because I already got my hands burnt with a micro for 20 points. But I think what they're trying to do is do this move here. So they're going to have to really show me they want to do that move for me to get involved, because this is the same trade I took last time and got burnt. And I don't want to get clapped if we need to still fill the gap on ES, which we do, and we can't get through the VWAPs. So you guys do what you want here. I would say it's any trade in here is risky right now, as we already found out. There are some sellers caught at lows right now, I'll tell you that much. We didn't take out this swing. Yes, did take out that swing, so we'll see. I would say if they hold the pullback inside value area low for the current session, they'll try and accelerate away, even if it's just short term. So if they hold 70s, they'll try and accelerate upside to leave the sellers trapped. So this is a pullback to it. I'm not going to take it. I'm just saying, like, that's what they will try and do. There we go. There they go. Discipline. I didn't take it because I'm being disciplined. I could see it, but I could see it first time as well. So there we go. Well, that just shows you can see it. It doesn't mean it's a trade. What do we say? If they hold down here, value area low, anywhere down here. They've left sellers caught right now. Here, here, and here. All right, they've left the sellers caught, and here we go. This is what I said. It's what I thought we wanted to do first time round, so I had a go at it. There it goes. Fuck me. You nasty bugger. You nasty bugger. You got in that. Good for you. Good for you. You'd want all pullbacks to hold 86s now. All right. You don't really want to come down here. Pullbacks hold the 86s and you'll start accelerating upside, and SOXL starting to really reach. So if pullbacks hold, yeah, sort of 80s, then they'll try and come upside towards these levels up here, which is originally where I thought we were trying to go. Here you go. And we have an unfinished auction up here at 80s, which we're about to pop and take out, and then we should squeeze through here. Oh, you've got to laugh. You have got to laugh. Do you know what? I'll tell you this. If I hadn't tried that first attempt here, I probably would have taken that attempt, which is funny, isn't it? You got that move? Yeah, lots of you getting it. Nice. Yeah. Very good. Very good. You wrote me an email. Perhaps I can reply. Well, I'll have a look at them after the stream, mate. You have to remember, I honestly get about 80 emails to wake up to each morning. From students needing onboarding, from people having questions, from prop firms begging me to promote them, from people asking me to test their software out, from banks asking me to do it, from small caps now saying, can you promote my stock? No, I fucking can't promote your stock. It's going to be a piece of shit that I would rather be short on than promote. So I get all sorts. So bear with me if you've written me a question. Okay, all pullbacks to hold now. Your exits on this, you'd be looking for 925s and 960s. If we get going through that, there is the case for this to get to 300 today. It's a big if we get going through it. They'll need to build out some liquidity up here. So you want pullbacks to start soaking. I will consider it now if we come back down into this. I'm just gonna remove this NT1. I've got a box there anyway. All right, so everything over here has to, ideally you'd want to hold this first grey box. Ideally you'd want to pull back to hold this and move up. Otherwise it can come down here and do the same move. And you're looking for these your exits for your partials if you do get long or if you are long. And then above that, towards the red box, 300 potentially. But we expect chop today, so just be aware of that. Yeah, SOXL wants those 207s like we talked about. So we'll see if this pullback can come in a little bit more. And we can see sellers get stuck and we can start to absorb. Because at the moment we're seeing sellers up here trying to reject this block at 880. So I want to see us come down and see if they're willing to hold the print into these kind of levels now. Right? Are they going to absorb here for me to get long? Play the continuation in a range. Sounds scary. Sounds scary, but we're going to try. I'm going to try. We're going to see if we can absorb around these areas. They're starting to try here. I want to see if we can come a little bit deeper first. Holding an imbalance, which we haven't filled lower yet. Here we come. Please come a bit deeper and then show me. Right, watching the top of this RBS zone right here, and then going to watch down here. Wait to see if and when absorbing shows up on tape, if at all. So Excel holding, that's your first sign of it there. They need to hold the bid at 800s now on this reattempt. Sellers will try and probably get back down to 812, 800. And I'll see now if we hold a little bid there to start getting in. Oh my God. Really? That move was ridiculously quick the moment I saw it. Really? Okay, long we go. Long we go. Fuck me. Didn't get the prime entry there. Jesus. It's like no retests. We just go. We absorb and rocket. But I'm long down there. And we'll see now if we can get up to previous day value area high and if we're willing to get through that. Holy moly. Holy moly. Here we go. Is the acceleration. They're going for previous day value area high. So this is Globex up here, folks. And once we get through that, previous day value area high. So looking to take partials up into these levels. You really want these sellers at 886 to remain stuck now. You don't want it under that. You want all pullbacks into sort of 880s to hold. Be very careful if you're looking to add to this. I remind you, we are still in a giant range. We're coming to the top side of that range. So we've just poked the top side of Globex range. Above that, we're looking for previous day value area high, basically. 9, we can just call it 29,000. It's just in front of 29,000. So that would be our exit. And then above that, we have 300-point room if they do want to be nasty. Here we go. Come on. Come on, come up there. Let me get my partial out up here. So we're looking to partial out up here and then up here for a runner. Come on, baby. Yay! All right, partial out, and then we'll see if we can get up to 300 now. So my idea was right. Even that first trade was right. And we'll just hold on to our boots. If we're lucky, we come up here. Like we said, we can do a failed breakup here, all right? It's very possible to see something like this today as well. So we are long. Alex wanted to get long down here. He called it, and it just went so quick. So we got a little piece on. We actually added about here, because again, it did a stupid size candle. And we will see now, all right? There's two plays now. Either we're going to see this, all right, or we're going to see this come all the way back in. We're at the edge of range. Do not start a new long position up here, please. And that's not bad, is it? Not a bad way to start the day, folks. It wasn't... we didn't get as low as we would have liked, but, you know, my read was right. My read was to get long for the move up. See how far this can go. See how far this can go. Can we get up towards the red box? Make sure you've paid yourself, and then just hopefully see this protect. You would not want this under 880s, and you might not be willing for that to pull back 80 points from you, but you do not want it under 880s. That's where the sellers are currently caught. You just had a 500 lot seller come in here at 960s as well. But if they get under 960s, there is a move down to 880s available. But hopefully this runner can just keep going and going and going for us. I just realized that's another day we're up multiple hundreds of points again. All right, even if you got not this one down here, even if you got this here, oh my daisy dukes. Even if you got in late, oh my daisy dukes. All right, I don't want to hear no nonsense. 5 ticks, 5 points, right? You're up multiple hundreds of points again. We're coming up to previous week close here. All right, so 29,026 is going to be a very big level, this grey level. If we get above that, we go green on the week. All right, above this, we go green on the week. All right, that changes the candle, and we can come up here. All right, so this is a TP. You can TP some here as well. All right, you can see this is our over-under for the week. See how we're respecting that? That's weekly traders saying, hey, the fuck do you think you're doing, guys? You're not allowed up here. Well, I'm telling you, we're allowed up here if we really want, but we will see how far they can squeeze it. I wasn't able to call either one. Sorry. What? What? What are you talking about? Just because I got in a little bit late doesn't mean I didn't call it out for you guys. Absolutely did. You might be a bit of a moron. Are you a bit of a moron in here? Ooh, Daddy didn't do the trade for me. Made my week already the past 3 days. Yeah, man, same as me. It's killer, isn't it? Killer market right now. Killer market right now. All right, we're trying to see now. I'll tell you what, there is a big boy 400 lot seller who came up here at 64s, all right, which is previous day, right at previous day value area high, basically. You have a 400 lot seller. Do you want me to do the same as yesterday for you? I can do the circles again. Might help you guys. We have a 400 lot seller. Where are they? Let's make them on a favorite so I can see them. We have a 400 lot seller. Let me get these on. We have a 400 lot seller here. Can I move you? Can you move? Can you move? Can you move? All right, here. No. Can you move? Let me save this. Save as seller. All right, this is where he is as a seller. We also have big boy sellers here. All right, stuck here. So if they're going to continue the squeeze, they have to keep at least one of these stuck. This is a 400 lot. This is probably more like 200-300 lots. All right, you've hit your main TP. The extension for this will be right the way up here and up here, right, if they want to do that today. So what you're looking for is if these guys remain stuck. Now, I'll remind you what we talked about. We can poke above value, fail, and rotate. We can, if we're going to stay in value today, we can stay in here. We can do this all day long, which is what I think the market's likely to do. So we're just going to see right now if this is going to continue like this, all right, leave these guys trapped and reclaim, or if we let go of this or we reject that on an attempt, we get out. That's what I'm doing, managing my smaller position right now. If you're not willing to sit on a 100-point pullback, I totally understand. Just take it off already. You've already let go of value. Alex, I got that long with 5 micros, 28,820, 5 micros, bailed on $1,035. Done. Yeah, there you go. It's nice. Okay, so we're going to test this seller like we talked about, which is basically value area high, this gray box. So I'd say the sellers are basically at 88 down to 70. Now, the key here is if back tests stay heavy. All right, so if this drive up to here fails, they will make a second leg down. If they fail this, I will cut that early. All right, if they reclaim that, great, we can hold the runner. All right, because if they cut that early, we might do a second leg. And I can always think about getting back in if I really think we're going higher. It's really going to depend what happens here on this back test, how many people get stuck and where they get stuck. All right, so if we can't reclaim value here, I'll probably get out. We're leaving these sellers stuck. This seller is in the money. This matters. There is a buyer here starting to get caught in 950s. So I want to see us get through 950s. Otherwise, I'm taking it off. We're testing him right now. No, rejecting him. We need to get through the 950 and then through value. Rejecting him again. They got to absorb this and get through him. They need to get that buyer back in the money. Otherwise, we're going to make second leg down and test the 80s, 70s and 80s. What do you want me to look at SPCE? There's no point looking at any of those stocks until we get through tomorrow. All right, we're going to break down here and come to 70s and 80s. All right, I'm out. Might be out slightly early, but I'm out there because we couldn't get through the 50s. We didn't reclaim value. So I think we're going to come back down and test 70s and 80s. So I'd rather take a stop kind of earlier and then can always get back in if I want. I might regret that, but there we go. There's no, yeah, with any of the space stocks, like you're in no man's land until you get through the IPO tomorrow. Here you go. So here's the test of 70s and 80s we just talked about. This is where these sellers are stuck, right? So where these sellers are stuck, this is where we will make a decision. So if these sellers stay stuck, we'll get this kind of reaction. And you'll want to see this. And I can always rebid if I do. If we get these sellers, keep these sellers in the money, you're going to see that full rotation again. Oh, he didn't tell me what was going to happen. Where's that guy gone? Get out. Fucking goon. Where did I find my time machine? Guys, it's not a time machine. I promise you, you can do all of this. It's just reading order flow. It's just understanding that if this guy is comfortable and a buyer gets uncomfortable, we will test this guy. This guy's uncomfortable, he gets out break even, we come back and we test this guy. Now, I might regret that, like I said, and this becomes available if they can get back above value. So I will consider it would have to be smaller size. If we're going to do value expansion, have to be smaller size, but we'll have to reclaim. It's starting to look like it might want to happen. There we go. So that seller is underwater, gets out break even. That's why we find bids. If we hold this now, this becomes available. There are buyers starting to really step in here. We would like a pullback if I'm going to get long for that sort of inverted head and shoulder look. Any pullback to hold value would be great. ES is starting to go. SOXL is at that 207s. If it breaks that, it's going to go 220s, and that will give us the rip. So I'm looking to get involved here again if we're going to see the expansion model. Remember, previous week close is important. Over 25s is a big, big move for this market. Here's 25s. So if we base over 25s, it'd be a very big move. I'm starting to get long in this now for this squeeze through. Big sellers getting popped here. So can they hold the bid at 25s now? That'd be a very good indication. If we can hold the bid at 25s around here. If we can't, we're going to test value again. Wiggle at 25s. Are you willing to let this market drift up to 300 today? That's the question we're posing right now. This is previous week close. We get over that, this squeeze is possible, as long as they hold above value. Can be a fail break if we move back under value, not beforehand. We're bullish right now. There's potential for range expansion here. If we move under value, everything changes. So you can see previous week close, very, very important level right now. What did you guys say? Sorry, big thanks for helping me learn patience today. Finally in a position to make 2,400 a day on prop firms. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, they're trying to set this little squeeze. Previous week close, very, very, very important here. As is previous day value area high. Very, very, very important. Big sellers up there right now. Very aggressive sellers at the highs right now. Not aggressive buyers, they're aggressive sellers. So we're either going to be a big rejection point here, or we're going to see these sellers get absolutely fucked, which is what I think might happen. What's ES doing? It's coming into its put walls. Need to be careful with that as well. Here's the drift back down towards value. Now do the buyer step back in here and take these sellers out for one more squeeze higher. That's what they're trying to do. ES is struggling at its put wall. So ES has hit put wall 1. Where's Q's? Nowhere near it. It's funny that they're using those put walls as an issue and not drifting up to 7365. I don't think this lasts long. I do think we're going to squeeze through that on ES eventually. It's a matter of time. Here goes the semis over this 207. So they're starting to accelerate now. So I'm still sitting in the long because we're not undervalued. All the time we're over this, I'm looking for this move up here. Come on, run these sellers out because there's so many up here. If you run them out, we're going to get a big candle. You just got to get through this previous week close and push hard, and then we will get a big stop run. Come on, go. Fucking shove it. Right down their throats, please. Please shove it down their throats. Oh, the hesitation. All right, first time I've seen absorption up there from sellers at 250 rather than aggression. I still think we're going to move higher. As long as we're above value, I'm looking for a move higher. Under value, we can look for fail follow through and then move lower. Big rejection there. Man, 3 wicks on that 5 minute on ES looks nasty. Looks nasty. Semis, I want to see them hold this 207s. If they hold the 207s, it's a good indication to move higher. If they can't hold the 207s, it's probably going to be a problem. So here's the 207 test. Remember, under value, we have to be willing to flip our bias, fall back into range rotation. We come out of expansion mode and we can think about a range rotation all the way back down to value area low again. I just want you to make aware of that. It's the difference in how the market's going to operate if they can't hold the bid there. This is going to change very quickly if we come under value. So I'm going to change very quickly if we start to come under value, right? My bias will change from looking for expansion to looking for rotation. At the moment, I'm sitting in this all the time we're holding value. I'm trying to trade higher. We've got to get back through these sellers. So there's a big block. I need to do this for you. Big block of sellers here right now. We want to get back above them and squeeze them out. So they are at 16s and then at 38s. So that's what we're going to test. So here's the test of 16s, and we get through this, we're going to test 38s. I'd say we pop 38s, they will all stop out, and then we'll get the candle that I'm looking for. Come on, get through 16s. Come on. I will stop out straight away underneath previous day value area high. Need semis to hold this 207s. Oh, don't go and take my stop. Please don't take my stop. Good. Get back above 16s. Good. Back above 16. Stop fucking around up here. All right, I'm actually reducing my size because we've faffed around a few times. Good hold of 207 semis. Come on, mother clucker. Get through previous week close and accelerate. Please, you're just pissing me off now. Just finish the auction higher and then I can be done with it. So much faff. More sellers coming in there. I think it's coming. They're trying. ES is the problem at these 330s. Once that breaks, software trying to catch a little bit of a bid. We need to see this rotation start to take place. So Tesla's gone green, just under 2% up. Nvidia 1.27% up. Microsoft 1.35% down. Meta 1.39% down. Google 1.64% down. Amazon flat on the day. And Apple now gone green to red, 1/3% down. But semis are up big. So they're trying to catch this bid right now. So that's the rotation. And you're going to take my stop here. You fuck. Glad I reduced size. All right, well, we'll see. Maybe they're going to take my stop and then run it and hold value. If we come under this, though, I will be willing to start looking at this move here if we're starting to see rejection of value. All right, that's when my bias will start to change. If we start to do this, everything changes and I look for this move here rather than looking for long. It's a bit early yet. I don't love the auction at the high, I'm going to be honest. It's a lot of big selling, but they are getting their way. Trump's live, is he? Someone should put a gag order on him. don't see him. I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, ES failing that 330s. That's the problem. It's going to come back down to New York Open and VWAP. I'm going to let this balance out for a bit now and see if I want to play the rotation back down, which is my least favorite trade, as we know. And this would be, you know, in alignment with what we talked about with the chop. That new H1 chart, it would make sense to 2 pin-in highs, come back down inside the range. So see if this pop-up starts to fail up here. Ideally, before they get to VWAP and everything. Really? That's it now, is it? We're just going to go sell without a retest like the other day. Great. Great. Well, there's a 120-point move away from value already. It's mad. Okay, we're failing value. Okay, we're failing value. I can't even draw. We're failing value. Okay, there's VWAP. Thanks. 2 minutes later. Not like, okay, we're going to start failing to give you the rotation. No. We're going to come straight down, and now you've hit a TP1, and now we're going to make it really hard for you to do anything. Ah! You caught some of it. Nice. Yeah, I didn't. I like retests for value. I tell you what, the auction at high is not good. It's all sell side. It's literally all sell side. It's a big rejection. I mean, it can still, we don't have to auction with like a pin high, but we don't have buyers trapped up there. It's just a big rejection. Which makes it harder for me to like trust it. All right. We'll see. And now you're waiting for an Alex trade. Well, we're not even poking up anywhere near enough to give me an entry. This could be like the other day. Honestly, this could be like the other day. We could just slide all the way down. I'm not going to play mid-range though. It's funny because like this is what I'd like to see. What we did here was actually really nice. All right, long. What I would have loved to see is this and have buyers stuck, and then this, and then Alex can get short. Well, we didn't. We just had strong selling and just, okay, buy. See ya. See ya. All right, they're trying to bid VWAP here. There's no strength to get back up to an interesting area. Retests have gone out the window. They have. You're right, they have. Or at least when we're selling, they've gone out the window. Yeah, it feels like when we're selling, it's just like, fear. And we don't get a retest. That's what it feels like. It can slide all the way back down now. Right, ES under its VWAPs underneath New York Open. It can come and fill its gap again still. SOXL rejecting that 207, so couldn't hold the bid. 200 now becomes important. We're back around, according to Ninja Trader, we're back around previous day point of control here. So this is the most, let's just say it's one of the most traded areas yesterday, because we also have it put one down here as well. So one of the most traded areas yesterday. If we lose this, we can slide the whole of value, remember. It's just not getting the entry I'd want. But we can, potentially, if you did take short there, you want to be covering some here and then looking to get right the way back down to value area low. If we're going to be a rotational market, which was what we thought we were going to do today. But I'll be covering some here because it's a thick level. And you've got previous week low right at the opening range at 85 for your next cover point. And you're coming into sort of midpoint of the range, so just be aware of that. We have not back tested. They are starting to sell every pop at the moment, unless something changes soon. They are starting to sell every pop. Alex cannot get a pop anywhere near where he's interested in trading right now. Are they going to lift this? Can you come way higher? Way, way, way higher for me. Nope. Every pop sold. We're on the 200 EMA. Bit lower is what I'd be looking at. 790s. All right, this low volume node here is going to matter. So if you are short, this in here is your cover point. All right, and then under this, you're holding for the whole of value. Oh, God. So frustrating, man. You want to get short when we lose value, and then it's just straight down into targets. Oh. Retest a volume node. I mean, you're talking about this. The problem is with this, you're talking about 40 minutes of volume, right? This is where we want to be short. If we're going to be short, right, if this is the peak above, all right, and this, we want to be short as close to this as possible for this move. If you're shorting here, might not look like much. That's a 100-point risk, right? 100-point risk. And if we think about today's session, it's probably the midpoint. It's like the worst place. If we're going to be short side, we want to be as close to this as possible. Like, the only thing I don't like up here is this auction is not very good for me to really think about a rotation. There's no bulls caught outside of that. It's just a very strong rejection, right? But look, this is one of the things you have to understand with the market. Like, if you are sort of a break and retest type of trader like I am, right? Like, I like trading pullbacks and acceleration, right? Then I would need to see this here and then the acceleration. What we just saw is acceleration. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but I don't feel like there's anything missed, really. It's not like the other day where I had the opportunity, right? We talked about stops here, right? We played these longs up, stops here because they need to protect it to finish it. If they don't, we look to flip short on a retest, doesn't come. Okay, what can you do? It doesn't come. We can't make the market do what we want. If you are in this, all right, you should have locked some in. And honestly, you're looking for down here, folks. You're looking for a full rotation of value. All right, you're looking to rotate from value area high all the way down to here. So pay yourself some in this node. And if you get through this, this is your target. This is where you're targeting. Hourly looks gross. Yeah, it does. It does, but we did sweep on the hourly. We did do a push up. We're back to point of control on the week. This is the other thing. All right, we're building out some thick volume down here right now. All right, this is why we expect chop in here. So we found no acceptance above, we come back down in. If we find no acceptance below, we come back inside again. This is the node, isn't it? We talked about this beginning of the session today. This is the current week chop node. We were looking to see when we were long, we wanted to get long down here, didn't happen. So we got long for this drive and we were looking to see if we'd find that acceptance. We don't find the acceptance, we don't fight it. See how I said we cut the moment we lose that, all right? We don't fight it because there's no acceptance, we come lower again. It's just how the auction works. Unfortunately, we didn't get the short, well, I didn't get the short, maybe lots of you by the sounds of it are in the short. And we just respect it, we just have to respect it. Same scenario as yesterday? I would doubt it. I would doubt it, and I'll show you why. Doesn't mean it can't happen. I think today will be a liquidity building session. We're running out of room. All right, yesterday we had this room to the Bollinger. Today, I mean, we have room within today's bar, I guess, if that's what you mean. But I don't think we're going to be breaking these lows coming down into here. I think today I would like to see us just stay in here. All right, and then if we have an outside bar tomorrow, we can like maybe come down into here and wick it. We'll see though. If they don't come down to value area low again, like this morning, I don't know what to say at that point. It's just like, why do all the work to not complete stuff? Kind of feels like it's been the story today. You're holding opening range low and you're holding New York open, a 24-hour VWAP at the moment. You should have covered some, and hopefully you guys who are short get the full rotation. If it doesn't come, don't fight it. If they don't want to give it for whatever reason, don't fight it. You're finding SOXL's trying to bid on 200 right now. So the only strength right now in the market is in semis. We are not seeing strength anywhere else in the market. So we get this up. All right, there we go. Where's the strength? All right, semis. All of this, strong. Everything else, weak. Healthcare, again, still bidding. Industrials bidding, so that's YM. Healthcare still bidding. Oscar still coming back down in. I'm still not long on that. All right, so they're holding the orb at the moment. Go back to previous day point of control for me, according to Ninja. And if they lift through this, they will attempt to get you back up towards 920s. If they fail this, they will build liquidity out to go lower. It is not a long entry here for me. You might call it a long entry off this RBS zone, but for me, given where we are, that's current day's range, that's Globex range, that's previous day's range. It's not ideal. All right, so here we go. They're back through point of control. They will try and come up and test 920s now. And like I said, the only thing I'd be aware of here is the auction at the high is not great. All right, ES here into New York VWAP, New York Open matters. Do you go red to green on the day? Update the heat map. Oh, is it? Why is that running down? Oh, it is. You're right. That's lagging. I don't know why FinViz is lagging like that. All right, here's the test of the 20s that we just talked about. Right. Now, do they hold a bid here or not? Or is this the lower high being set? This is going to determine quite a lot here, whether they're willing to bid over these levels or we see a strong rejection here. Strong rejection will keep us in range. A bid back over, then maybe we take out the weak highs. Again, SOXL just moved very quickly from 200 towards 205, 207. And they're starting to try and bid this. They're bidding 87s here. Books just thinned out. Now they're coming back on again. The chop continues. Look at this hourly bar. This is so bad. We're 30 minutes into the day. There's huge wicks both sides. We held point of control there on current week on that drive. So this is also current week point of control, which we just held. Right, ES gonna hold New York open and stay green on the day and force this squeeze out back towards previous day value area high is what I'm wondering at the moment. Is there any bid strength here at all to come back up to previous day value area high, and then what are we going to do up there? So we're at value area high on the session. I'm waiting to see, are they going to sell this area, or are we going to go full reclaim and take out this weak high? It's the only thing I'm wondering, because there's no buyers caught up there. We did talk about that. There are no buyers caught up there right now. And it goes, yes, it's trying to hold that bid that we just talked about. So through value area high now, we should go to previous day value area high here. Do I get long in this move to retest it, Alex? How are you feeling about this? I will wait to see if we base above. I will not do anything else. I'll wait to see if we base above or reject. I will leave everything else alone. Like a good boy. Sell, bro, the fear is killing the market. It's not really how it works. We don't sell because there's fear. Fear's been in the market, all right, since here. We don't just sell now because we're like, oh, there's fear. Well, the max move down is here right now, right? We might need to come back up here to resell. We might just need to come to 300 to resell, but we will sell good areas of interest. We will not just sell because fear's in the market, right? Because actually, the best opportunity to buy the market, if you just want to play that way, is when there's fear. When we're max fear, max pain, when everyone's selling everything because they're, oh my God, my portfolio's down, I'm going to sell it all. Well, that's actually when we want to bid. Dixie looking strong. Yeah, Dixie wants to get that breakout. It's right there right now. Right, it's trying for that breakout. That's what it's trying to do. Right, and then through this, it has room. You can see it. Right, but every time we come up here, we fail. But eventually, you're going to see this move here, and probably up to this, where I've got marked out. That's what it's trying to do on the Dixie, but you know, it's had a lot of tries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tries since May. We're just in a range. Okay, still in range. Still didn't get up to a level of interest for me. Back down towards current day point of control again. It's current day, current week, sorry. Back into here. All right, so we're still just rotating this. I don't know what that is. Get rid of you. Still rotating this. Choppy day. Like we said at the beginning, we expect a choppy day today. We're an inside bar, we're inside value. Choppy day. The best bid is going to be down here. The best sell is going to be here. The continuation is above there. The continuation is below there. We really need to get to an extreme here to perk my interest. I'm going to be really disciplined. The only time I wasn't disciplined today was this first attempt, wherever it was here. Took a 20-point stop, but then we went right after the W. So I'm going to be very, very disciplined today. I'm not going to give any money back. I'm making that promise to myself now. Point of control holding again on current week there. ES holding New York VWAP again. Even if it means very, very little trades today, I'm also okay with that. All right, I'm okay with that. I'm okay for it to build out all day and just have that first trade up and then know that we've got liquidity for tomorrow. It's also fine. Where are we seeing strength? Oh, you. Once we've got rid of it, you want to be 4% up, do you? You piece of shit. it wants to do the second leg up to previous day value rate high. Just don't know how we're gonna act up there right now. Look at this book. Very odd. Size on, size off very quickly on the limits. Unless this is just Bookmap data feed. Do you know what? No, it's running smooth. Might just be the data feed's bad. You think they want lower? I think overall they want lower, my friend. But I don't know if that's going to be today. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean lower down here today? Yes, I think they want that. But I think we stay inside this. I think we're saving some of these levels for tomorrow is what I think. Just zoom out. What we have at the moment is this. All right. This is a higher low on an hourly. Okay, there's your inverted head and shoulders. Grind, grind, grind. Right, there's your flush back in, double bottom, hold. Okay, here's your push out. They can still hold this. Okay, so if you're trying to short this, you've got a really poor location because we've built structure out here. They can hold this and drift higher. Right, once we get up here, I think there's a great short opportunity. If we're going to be in a range day, the short opportunity is here and the long opportunity is here, or maybe even here, and this will be this. Once we finish building this, right, if they want to do it tomorrow or tomorrow or Monday, right, the opportunity will be up here, fail break underneath, or the opportunity will just be fail break, rotate, take out swing load, or it would be that. All right. That's what we're building out here, a giant range. Structurally, though, we are holding. We are holding very, very well. So being short in the middle of this range or into key levels is not a very good idea right now, just because you think there's fear in the market. It doesn't matter. I would agree with you, there's fear in the market. It doesn't mean the big hands let go of everything in one go. So our job is to put risk on and control our risk, right? I would be comfortable being short here, risking this. I'm not comfortable being short here or long here. I'm not comfortable doing anything here because this is telling me don't do anything here. If I miss the trade and we come down here, I don't mind because we haven't retested. We don't have a good high. I'm okay to miss that and keep my capital preservation. Where do I see silver as a good price? I mean, I don't think this is going to do much ever again. We did talk about it numerous times on stream. It's never got up to the levels. People are mad. People are absolutely bonkers that started bidding this. I just can't understand it. All right, let's go from breakout. You ain't never getting up there again. I always said it. Even when this flush came, I said, they are never letting you back through this again. They caught everyone up there. Every fucking idiot, and I shouldn't say that because I have some family members who decided they would buy that, so it's not every fucking idiot. But anyone who can't read a chart, look, we ain't coming up there again. So you want to know a good buy point? It's down here. And then you have to question, why though? Why? What's your reasoning to buy it? All right, there's some nodes here. I think you're going to undercut this. Once you undercut this, you'll get a new stop run. If you get a new stop run, you can come down here. Otherwise, they're going to stay in this range forever. What's the point? I mean, but this is an exaggerated move. Failed follow through. Lower high, lower low. If they break, I wouldn't be surprised to see us come right back into here again. Just don't get why anyone would want to trade that. Just don't get it. Everyone jumped on board for like a minute while it was moving. All right, and still they hold current weak point of control here. Sorry, folks. We said today was probably going to be like this. Shouldn't be surprising if you were here at the beginning of the day. Hopefully I drew it out. I think I drew it out. Right, first move, probable move, sideways. Second probable move is if we hold above or hold below, and then otherwise it's a failed break and inside, which is what we're currently doing, failed break and inside. So we did this move into this move, and now we're back into this while they build out and make their decision. Choppity chop chop. Back into value area high for the session. We still haven't tested previous day's value area high though. Big bid just came in there. Very aggressive buyer came in at 75s. So you can see if they're willing to hold him or not, which we're testing now. They just held him. So they should, if they're going to hold him in, like keep him comfortable, they should come and test 900, and a break of 900 should get you to 968. Here's 900. It should now, if they're willing to, get you up to 968. If they're willing to hold the bid. It's all that this is about right now. But there's a big buyer just came in right here. So there's the 900, and this is for them to make the decision. Are we going, we just call it 980s. Are we going 980s now? Looks like it. So all the time they're above 875. Here you go. Here's the 920s, and this break should get you up to 980s now. So that point of control, the higher time frame, they said, no, we're not willing to go lower yet. That's why those of you said, oh, we're just going to sell fear. And I was like, I wouldn't do it in the middle of the range, given the structure that he built out. We just drew it all out, didn't we? So any pullback that now holds 900 has the ability to travel back up to 968. Value area high. If they get back over this, it will actually be pretty bullish because of the weak auction. Otherwise, we're still in rotation. And this was all decided, right, because this guy right here, do this one as, what should we do it as? What's going to be easy to see? Green. Right, all because this guy came in, they got that first squeeze out. Now, if he stays uncomfortable now, they've just sold that same level, so exactly the same level. We're going to go to POC now, 830s, right, and see if they hold the print at 830s. If they lose 830s, we're going to come down to 750s. And this is the chop. This is why we avoid all of this, everything inside this, and certainly inside this, we are trying to avoid. These are just battles between individual players right now. Terrible chop day. I mean, yeah. But what I'd say is, if you go back to the start of the show, I said, today's likely to be a very choppy day, not likely to be the best price action. But if you're a range trader, it's probably a great day for you. I would argue if you're a range trader, this has been a fantastic day for you so far. For me, as someone that likes trading, you know, bigger trending moves or failed follow-through moves or bid and hold moves, is not so good. Netflix stuck. I think it's still trying to do a gap fill, is it? Did we fill the gap? We might have filled it on that wick this morning. No, still got a gap fill down here. I think Netflix still watching this level down here, this imbalance. All right, once they come in there, we might get a bit of a bid out. We'll see. We'll see. Otherwise, there's another gap down here all the way to 70s. And this is the original level that we thought we might be able to come into on that first flush. Failed follow through, coming back down. So I'd be watching now basically 70 down to 78s, and then I'll be watching down to 70s. And then we'll see if they want to bid it long term or not. Really depends on the macro environment. You know, I'd say Friday into Monday is going to be telling. What do they do tomorrow with the IPO? What happens to everything else? What happens over the weekend? What happens with the war? All these things, everything matters right now. If I'm ever in Switzerland, let me know. Invite you to the best restaurant we got. That's very kind of you. Thank you, my friend. Randolph, thank you. Hey, Alex, if you know it's a range day, why don't you like trading range? Okay, so let's say you're someone that really likes the beach and it's hot. You like that, but it's raining today. But you know it's going to rain today. Does it mean you go outside? If you like the hot weather, do you go outside? Or do you just go, do you know what? I'm just going to play computer games and chill and watch films. It's the same thing. I don't like it because I don't like it. There we go. I don't like these kind of small movements which we get in ranges. All right. I don't like getting chopped up. I don't mind trading an absolute extreme, but the auction up here isn't even good. So if we come up here, it's making me think, do I really want to trade that when there's no buyers caught at the high? Probably not. Probably puts me off, right? And also, I know if I can be patient enough, right, to maybe make a tiny bit of money in this, but wait for what happens when we come outside of it, either way, all right, then I can get big moves because I'm patient enough to let everyone else become the liquidity in there. That's it, right? I don't need to trade every day. And I've already made trades today. It's not like I'm not up money, but don't have to do things just because the candles are on the screen doesn't mean they're the right candles for you. So for me, it's just like, I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it. It's really that simple. If I have a lower win rate doing it, if it gives me less available points, if I'm going to likely to take more stops, why do it? I increase my profit factor by doing things I'm good at and cutting out things I'm not very good at, right? I will decrease my profit factor by deviating from that. If I start doing things where I have a lower winning percentage, guess what's going to happen? I'm just going to eat into my profit. And then what happens? Let's talk about the knock-on effects of that. Let's talk about the knock-on effects. Let's say right now I try the short here. I get impatient. I'm like, I'm going to fade Globex value area high, right? Let's say then it stops me out, okay? And I have my stop here at 75, okay? And then I go, I'm going to try the expansion model long. And I stop out and it chops me out for this move back in and I give back. Beyond the stops, which I take today and giving money back, that will seep into tomorrow, all right? I will then be aware, oh, I've given money back. My psychology changes. You get nervous. You don't take trades you should. Maybe you oversize. The tilt factor. We always talk about tilt in one day. Tilt factor doesn't just last a day. It lives with you. It's like having a bad argument with a family member or a friend. Okay, you say sorry to each other, whatever, you have a beer. Chances are it isn't let go. Chances are the next day you still feel a bit shit about it. Maybe the next time you see them, you don't really act the same. It's the same, man. It's basic psychology, all right? It lives in you that little bit longer. I would much rather be here, end this day up smaller than I might normally be, but being like, well, you stuck to your plan, you're relaxed, you're not exhausted, you don't carry any tilt with you, and now you're going to go to the next day and hopefully a better setup comes and you can execute that better. Those are just basic psychology principles. I mean, let's think about what day we Tuesday, right? Tuesday was an A+ day. That's a bit different. That's an A+ day for me, and I missed it. All right, missed. It's amazing. You end up like, I think I took 400 or 500 points out of that day, but because 1,600 points were available, I was very upset. I felt like I'd missed my short. I kept trying, couldn't get in a short, wouldn't give me the entry I wanted for the short. The tilt builds, the tilt builds, the tilt builds, the tilt build. What do? Do I chase? No, don't. I'm annoyed. I tell you what I did. I went for a walk with my dog. After the walk for my dog, I went and punished myself in the gym. Once I got back, I felt calm. A trade set up perfectly for me. Failed breakout. And we took it in Discord, all right? I didn't sit here giving money back to the market because I'm unable to emotionally control myself. You've been on tilt for 2 weeks. I was on $20 away from payout, and it's been downhill since then. You might be finding that this market, the shift in market sentiment, if it's been 2 weeks for you, the shift in market sentiment might be something new for you that you've not traded before. Oh my God, every day. Guys, what do you think about SpaceX? What about SpaceX? What about SpaceX? What about it? What about it? What do you want to know about it? Tell me what you want to know about it. What are you asking? What kind of question is that? What about it? Is it overvalued? Yes. Do I think they're leaving you to believe that, well, there's such high demand in it that we're letting retail take 30%? What the fuck are you talking about? Every good IPO has high demand. If it was such high demand, why have they lowered the tolerance of retail? Why 10 days ago did you need, I don't know, 200 grand to place a trade on SpaceX? And why do you now only need 2 grand? That's what I want to know. If it's such a strong stock, why is that happening? How are we going to move, all right, in the first week? We're going to float at what, 1.5 trillion market cap? Sorry, what profit do they have? Oh, nothing. Oh, okay. Okay, so no profit. What do I think is going to happen? Big old pump. What do I think is going to happen then? Big old dump. Big old fucking dump. All right? Every retail's like, oh, I'm maxing out my credit card because I'm buying 5,000 shares of SpaceX. What does SpaceX do? I don't know. How much profit do they have? I don't know. Where are they based? I don't know. So why are you buying it? Same people that bought Doge. There you go. Will it turn out well in years to come? Sure. Will we need to go through price discovery first? Yes. We have no price discovery on it. So any position you take, long or short, for the first year, is going to be some form of a gamble in price discovery. There you go. They will probably be a Mag 7 within the first week with no profit. Fucking incredible. Incredible. It's not like we haven't seen it before. Look, here we go. I'm just going to show you guys now. We're going to go to a daily. We're going to go to... All right. This was supposed to open up at 50. All right, I remember it. I traded it. Supposed to open up 50. We open up at 107. Oh, wait, sorry. We open up at 100. We push, we pull. Right? The next 4 days or 5 days, we do a ridiculous move to 178. Okay? Great. Then we come down to the open price. There's your open price. That's your over-under. It took November, December, January. It took 3 months of price discovery for them to decide this is way too high. It's not worth that. No shit. You don't think it's not going to be the new tester? Okay, this is what happened since. You bought the open price for 100. You didn't get out on the pump up to 180s. You came down to the teens. You came down to 8s. All right, we're now basing out in teens. It hasn't moved out of this for years. This is the danger of buying price discovery. Okay, I'll show you another one. This went the other way. Price discovery. We build a range, 3 months. COVID hits. Everyone realizes, oh, well, no one's going to go to the gym. They're going to get home usage, Peloton. Okay? Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. They never made money. They lost money. I believe that. That's what happened after. All right? This is trading. This is trading. Accumulation. Price discovery. Distribution, back to base, fails the base, never recovers it ever again. Right? These are the dangers of playing big company opens, right? And you're playing the biggest one in history if you're buying it. I know so many people that are buying pre-IPO because they've been allowed to buy it. These people have never traded anything before in their life, but they're willing to buy SpaceX. They don't even know what they're buying it for. And I guarantee you, they're saying, I'm going to hold it for 10 years. I guarantee you, if that thing pukes in 3 months, they're out of it for a loss. Guarantee you. Okay. Back to NQ. I'm going to delete these now. If it will let me. Can you let me? There we go. This one. Let me just save this one. So I've got it in future for you guys. Template. Save as. Buys. All right, back to New York Open. SOX still holding 200, still chopping here. Nothing's changed. Zero has changed. You think NQ is going back to previous day low? I don't think it is. Hang on. Are you talking about in the cash low? That's not impossible. Yeah, that's not impossible. But I think we're going to say, I think we're going to save all these moves for tomorrow. We don't have to, but I think we're going to save some of these moves for tomorrow. I think we might need just a bit more of a build out. I'm going to get rid of these Globex levels because we've built out today's liquidity now, so we don't need them. We can clean them up much better. Do I use TradingView for charting only? Correct. Hey Alex, my anchored volume profile is different from yours. Any ideas? Yes. I pay for tick data. You might not pay for tick data. Mine is set to 2 ticks because I pay for tick data. If you don't pay for tick data, you want rows. If you have rows, you want it set to 1,000. Okay, I'm going to use the bathroom here. Getting bored. Might get a coffee and I'll be right back. In fact, where are the likes at? Probably lower today because we're a slow day. Amazing when it's a slow day and we still get well over 100-point trade. AB floatate, get out of it, bud. I see you. I fucking see you, mate. Right, let's get the likes up. Let's get up to 1,200 likes. There's 2,500 of you in here. We're not even at 900 likes. Let's get the likes up, and when I come back, if we're at 1,200 likes, we will do a prop firm giveaway. I'll decide which one we're going to do. Be right back. Markets are dumping because Alex left. Okay, if you're in this, this is your targets, right? Previous day point of control, previous day close, previous day value area low. And see how we act when we get there. ES just closed its gap. How are we doing on the likes? A little bit short. 200 more likes when we do a giveaway. A little bit short. Oh, we can wait to come to this extreme now. Should be good. See how we act down there. Once we close the gap, if we can get down there and make a decision. Big sellers coming in at these lows. Oh, man, I'm tired today. Come on, don't protect these lows. Come lower, come lower. I don't want to bid down here. You got to come lower. ES did close its gap. SPY hasn't quite closed its gap yet. Some big put walls on the SPY once we come just under the gap fill. I would like them to resell this so we can get into an extreme. We don't want them protecting the IB low. We want them to sell this down. So we want all the pops up here to be sold into. We want to come into here because then it allows us to make a better decision on what price might want to do. If they just save it here, I don't know what to say. There's a big seller at these lows, but hopefully we sweep and extend, and then we can make a decision on the extreme. So here we go. Sell down now. There you go. Good boy. Right, all the way down now. Big buy here. They're going to get caught. Lower, 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 lower. Come on. Further, 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 further. Sell all pops. You got to go lower here, market. Lower, 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 lower. I don't want to bid here. Mate, you've got to come down here. Please, market. Who's buying here? H1 buyers, value buyers, buying the edge of the range. All right, they're buying the edge of this range. Bigger hands. They're buying this. They're trying to buy this. All right, so a whale is trying to buy this back up. Like a bigger hand, a market maker. We can lose this and do this move here. But this is definitely an area that they may very well be willing to bid in if they're going to keep us in range, which I think they will probably try and do for tomorrow. But they don't have to. It's just what I think they're going to try and do. But we would like to come and revisit previous day value area low, close the gap, and see how we operate there, and see if we're going to stay heavy there or if we're going to let go there. Big sellers coming back in. Lower, lower, lower. Come on, market. Don't bid here, for fuck's sake. This last 1 minute candle has a lot of sellers in it. And there is 1,000 lot buyer just come on the tape, advertising price lower at the moment. Why do I think they're going to make this impossible to trade both directions? Here come the sellers again. 1,000 lot just pulled. Lower, 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 lower. Can we come down, for goodness sake? Fill the gap. Right, ES going for previous day low. NQ coming right down inside now. SOXL's let go of everything. You are close to, if you were short, these are your TPs, right? In here. This and then this, if you get very lucky, but definitely in this. Definitely in that. Massive sellers coming in here. All right, here's basically previous day value area low and gap fill. You're there or thereabouts, so make sure you start to cover some here because you've got big sellers at these areas. And we will see now if and around here a bid comes, or if we're then going to look for expansion model underneath value. Happy to play both. Just want to see what happens. Why no short? You can play the IB short if you want. I'm waiting to see what happens in these areas, like I've talked about all morning, because they can bid off it to keep us in range. If you want to be playing the IB short, you can. It's not what I'm looking for today. I'm going to look to see how we act around in between IB, value area low, previous day close. That's what I'm watching to see. How are we going to act here? Are we going to look for expansion lower, or are they going to trap sellers and go straight back into range of that chop on the H1 that we've identified numerous times today, which is what I think we will probably do today. I will think they will save the big move for tomorrow. Big seller quarter lower day right now at 600. And we still have a gap fill below that available. But there is now a seller caught at 600. It is a 250 lot seller caught at 600. He's actually, 600 on the nose. So here's the trade back to IB. We still haven't filled the gap. So they've left low-hanging fruits below. So if they do trade upside, they're going to make the upside move. Basically, very hard to trade, which is why they've left that gap on purpose. Here's the initial balance. All right, I don't know, man. Like, to get long, I kind of want these filled so we've got no reason to go lower. And then I'll be looking for this, right? Or this. If they leave this open and we go right back up here, I'm going to be kind of pissed off because this is what I've been waiting for. Oh, they're fucking assholes sometimes. Pentagon's been locked down. Why? Firefighters. Hazardous materials incident. This country just gets better and better. All right, back to value. I still want this closed before I look for the long. It might go without me. This was a trade we were waiting for all day. Patient. Definitely a little bit tilty now. Definitely like a bit more emotional now. So had the ability to sit out all the chop, waiting to see if we do a failed break, something like this. I don't really want to be long the IB for this move up. It might well work, but the fact that we've left this open, these are like magnets right now for price to come down, right, into here. So I'm concerned about getting this long back up without cleaning up this gap first, which is why I'm saying if they hold this and go, I will probably miss it and I'll just have to, I mean, it's not a miss, is it? It's a choice because they didn't fill the gap. That's okay. If they don't fill the gap, they want to be arseholes, they're going to be arseholes. That's okay. If we stay heavy after we fill the gap, after we take the previous day value area low, if we stay heavy, then I'll look for expansion lower. Do I utilize my flow zones? I do, but in trend, like I always talk about, in trending conditions, right? In trending conditions. Flow zones are great in trending conditions. I don't love using them when we're in range, right? So here they absorbed on the way up, but we're not in a trending condition. We're in a range. So to use them, they will be dynamic resistance and support, but they're much better in trending conditions. Much more useful in a trending condition. If they fucking send this, I'm gonna scream. Gonna fucking scream. System of a Down coming up here. Look, right now I'm watching NQ. I'm not going to look at Cocoa right now, all right? I'm watching NQ in case the trade comes up. I'll look at the stuff that you guys want afterwards. But right now you can see we're into a level of interest where I'm now waiting to see. Oh, you don't you dare. Thank you. Again, another day being like, why do we do this for a job? Why do we do it for a job? What a silly job. Oh, you fuckers. They just do not want to give me a great setup today. They just want to be fuckwits. Okay, so maybe some of you have learned why I didn't want to be short down there. Lots of you were talking about the short down there. And I was like, no, I'm telling you, down here is an area of interest too long. The H1 was telling you why, okay? Just think about this. It's the same as the top side, all right? Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. What have we done every time we've come under here? Back inside. Back inside, even here, back inside, and again, back inside. Doesn't mean we don't trade lower, but where we know we're going to trade lower, so we come back inside, we reject, and then reject that. Right, that's going to be like the signal, let's say, the signal to say, hey, market is done faffing. Oh, great. Ninja Traders crashed and now come back saying that I've got no data. I've got just a gap. Got a nice big fat gap on my screen. What the fuck is that about? It's not even lining up. Okay. Hang on, folks. I'm going to have to reboot this. It's gone a bit mental. It's left me big gold gaps and is not trading at the same price as price. I don't know what just happened there. Let me close this down. Did anyone watch the game last night, by the way? Wow. Wow. Oh, thanks for letting me know. I've just rebooted the whole thing. I'll try. If it doesn't load up properly, I'll do that now. Thank you. Hell of a comeback. It was. Oh my God, this market's doing it. Yeah, it's lost data. All right, I'll let this boot and then do what you guys said, see if it works. Reload historical data. See if that works. Nope. Don't work. There's a bug. There's a bug somewhere. There's a bug somewhere. What minute is this on? Yeah, even my quotes are way off. Way off. Okay. Well, it seems like I won't even be able to trade at this point. Just check this 5-minute bar. If that's giving me the same quote or not. What are we trading at? 43s. What are we trading at here? Well, that quote looks right. It's just the 1 minute looks miles off. Try it one more time. No, mate. Doesn't like it. Oh, get out of it. Top Step's better. Fucking Top Step's good at taking your money, feeding Michael Patek all your money. That's about all it's good at. Yeah, my quotes are so far off. It's a data issue. It's definitely what it is. It's a data issue. It's not NT. I've got a data issue here. Well, there you go. There was the failed auction below IB. There was its inability to make it an A+ scenario for me. There's the hold of IB. There's the Tyson trade IB to VWAP. Congrats if you did take that. If you didn't need the confirmation of it cleaning this up, that's a really good trade. That is another, 150-point trade. This is what I waited all day for. It just wanted to leave this open for me because it's a bastard. On TradingView, it tagged previous day and current day value area low. Current day, yeah. For me, are you saying this is different? Am I about to be very upset? Did it just do it? Oh, you fuck. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh my god. That's too fucking good. Oh, I'm actually crying. I'm crying with laughter. Oh my god. Well. This motherfucker just cost me a trade, didn't it? Oh well, whatever. Fucking whatever. Look at this. Oh my fucking lord. Okay. Well, look, I'm telling you now, there's no way I'm getting another trade in now. That was what I waited for all day. All right. Someone's asking, did we get a trade in today? Yes. Look, I was, I think it was here. I was long here, stopped out for 20 points. Got long again, long again, long again, stopped. Waited for the short here. Never came back into where I felt comfortable getting short. Ignored all of this chop. Waited to get long again down here at previous day value area low and gap fill. Called it here, had previous day value area low down here. So in my head, I'm like, look, if we recover IB, I'm not taking it because we haven't filled it. There's a reason to come lower. They recovered IB, and I said, if they go without me, I'm going to miss it. It is what it is. I've got to take it on the chin. Bang. All right, there's your Tyson trade, IB to VWAP. You're now holding for the top side. So your targets now are 915s 970s. And I'm going to repeat, the auction up here wasn't great. They can come back up there. This is trading, folks. It's fun, isn't it? It's great fun. Yes, Yimash, it's a great fun. I like you very much. Where Ninja Trader, different trading view. Alex doesn't get trade. La 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 la. He wait all day. La 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 la. No trade. No trade for Alex. La 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 la. King of the castle. I have a chair. King of the castle. King of the castle. Excuse me, I went to the toilet. I had a good shit. Fuck, man. Fuck. Look, this is just part of it, right? At least we can have some fun on stream. Like, we didn't get it. I repeat. How many of you got it? Be honest, though. Be honest. How many of you got that? Did I put you off because I didn't know that was there? It still left the gap open, which is nasty. Q's didn't close it either. So ES and Spies closed it. Nothing else closed it. You should have locked in. I will tell you now. So your trigger long, either you bid on that because you're a brave, or your trigger long was this. All right. Look at the structure change. There you go. Recovers IB. That's your cover. All right. So you're long. You're paying yourself 24-hour and New York VWAP. Makes its decision now. It either holds this value area low and does this, or we're going to come and clean this up because we didn't clean it up before. You're long though. You should have paid 80%. If they hold New York open or value area low, we might get another dip. But we're back in range now. This isn't where you want to be trading. Remember, we want to be short outside of range, long outside of range. We don't want to trade in range, ideally. Let me see. Lots of you got it by the looks of it. Well done. Well done, folks. Well done, folks. And this is why people are like, you need to show me your entry and stuff. And when I say to you guys, my entry is redundant because that is another trade this week that I've missed. So Tuesday was a big miss and today was a big miss. And if you had your rules, if your rules where it doesn't need to fill and it can, we don't need to tap. Remember, I thought previous day value area low was here. We don't need to tap it. We just need to hold IB. If that was your rules, that was your trade and you've made money. I haven't. You have. Right? Why is your view up 753? Because I have one here. It's 24-hour. This is a New York view up. All right. This is cash players. This is 24-hour players. I do care about cash. I can't blame myself for that one. I can't. Like, discrepancy between Ninja Trader and Trading View. I waited and it didn't give it to me. Like, can't be that annoyed with myself, can I? I really can't be that annoyed with myself. I tell you what, though. If they keep going, they keep going. So you should have TP'd, and then you're looking for right the way upside. So 900. 900. Your next TPs are 900, 970, and then higher day. And I tell you what, they get through higher day squeezes on, and I will consider a trade up there again. Shall I just pretend I'm okay with this, shall I? Just pretend to myself this is all fine. No problem at all here, Alex. You're not bothered in the slightest about this. Right, let's see if this pullback holds for you into VWAP now and point of control. ES at New York Open is going to matter. Can they get back over that New York Open and go red to green on the day on ES after closing the gap? If they can, that will help you squeeze higher. I've given you the targets. It's current day value area high, previous day value area high, current day high day. Basically IB high if they're going to do a full rotation. But, make sure you've paid yourself. I don't think it's Ninja Trader, guys. I think there's a data issue. If you're having the same as me, I think there's that. It's unsurprising. It's funny because I said it yesterday. I think I'm very surprised there hasn't been more data issues. Given the size of the moves and the amount of orders going through, it would be something to do with the way CME are processing data to your data provider, which for me is Tradeify. There'll be data issues. It's not surprising. Here's VWAP POC. Yes, ES rejected New York Open so far. Do I see a new trade today? Yes, at an extreme. All right, at an extreme. So if they're willing to hold this and come up here and do this for me, I'll think about this move. Even if they do it here, I'll think about this move. If they come up here and poke, ideally clear out and fail, I will also think about this move. Until that, I'm not trading in here. The same as I said all day. I do not want to trade in here. This is where you're going to get chopped to death. Look at the size of that. It's not a tradable location. For me, because I don't play range. You could argue if it comes down to the low side of this and holds a bid, you could bid it back up. I guess that's a tradable thing you could do. Pretty tiring, man. Pretty tiring not getting what you want. Pretty flipping tiring. Yes, coming back into VWAP again. Still can't get through VWAP and New York Open. It cannot break out and hold above. It's telling so far. And it's going to afford to come right back down in if it wants. That's the problem with the range. I really hope you get this squeeze out for you guys who are long. Hope this pays you guys. You deserve it because you got long where I didn't, where I had wrong numbers in. Oh, fuck off, Caesar. You don't understand how I missed that at the bottom. You're just being a dick. Fuck off. I've gone through it 5 times. You're trying to piss me off now. This wasn't here. This was down here. All right? I was looking for gap fill and previous day value area low. I didn't know that previous day value area low was here because it's a discrepancy on Ninja. When we came up here, I said it's possible we squeeze up without me now, but we should. I want to see no reason to come lower. Now fuck off, because you're just pissing me off at this point. Fuck me. I have to explain things 10 times, even when I miss something. Fucking hell, man. I don't understand that. Shut up. Shut up. Being a dick. You already know I've missed the whole thing. Why do you need me to explain it 5 times? Why do I respond? Because people like that need to be told. They need to be told. Fucking hell. They have to be told. I'm not going to trash the room, but like, you guys just don't take the piss, man. If I'm here trying to help you, don't be a dick. All right, they're trying to visit up here like we talked about. It's where they're trying to get for you guys. They're desperate to get all the way up there right now. I don't know if they're going to have the juice, but they look like they've got the juice. It's going to all depend on ES and New York Open. That's what this market is waiting for that to break through. Surprised they're protecting 60s so much here and they're not coming straight up towards 85 and 900s, to be honest, but there we go. First time here, why is your trader so angry? Okay, look, guys, you can keep being idiots and I can keep giving you thousands of points trades every day. All right, or you can keep being idiots and I can go private in Discord. It's up to you guys. It's actually that simple at this point. Please just stop being a moron. All right, just stop being a moron. Because all that happens, I either ban you or I get off. It makes no difference to me. It makes fuck all difference to me. ES still stuck up here. Cannot get through its New York Open. Still struggling. And we're going to chop this range again. If I'm lucky, we get a revisit down here and I can reassess. Sure that lines up. No, that doesn't even line up with NinjaTrader either now. Because I've got no data. Fuck, man. Oh, it's going to be hard for me to execute with no data. I've got no data under 11, 711. I've got nothing under here. Jesus. I've already done it. I've already done what you said. It didn't work. It's a data issue. There's some form of data issue right now. Okay, VWAP, New York Open coming up here. If they lose this bid, they go back down to current day value area low. And that will perk my interest if we come down here. What I would say is we still left the gap open. Gap is still open down here. I'll watch how we trade into and around 700s. New York Open bidding so far. Big sellers coming in here. They're not getting the break of New York Open yet. These last 2-minute bars around 75s, big sellers are coming in. They're looking for a break of New York Open where the last buyers came in. And if they fail that, then they can get that break to value area low. It's important kind of levels around here where these sellers are getting slightly stuck. A lot of sellers in that last 1-minute bar at the lows. A lot. If they don't get the New York Open break here, the blue line break, they're going to get very upset. There's a lot of sellers at that last 1-minute bar low. If they get that break, they're looking for the flush straight back down. They need to get through 750s and they're looking for a flush to 710s. But these sellers, I would be very unhappy if I was a seller there right now. They are getting caught. There's no doubt about it. They're starting to get upset around here. They've just attacked that last pop again. Right on this shelf, you can see this shelf here. So they lose this shelf, they can come right back down to this. And again, they are trying to sell through this shelf here to get that move right back down. And I will put my interest down into these levels to see if they want to rebid or if they're actually going to fill the gap. You're leaving Top Step, yeah. Top Step are awful, man. You got to adapt to trading range in this market. Yeah, today's a range date, like we talked about. That's why we wanted to buy the lows today, or we really wanted to, and we wanted to sell the highs, except it ran away from me at the highs and it ran away from me at the lows. Very tight around here. There are so many sellers not getting this break lower right now. It's the one thing I'd say. They're looking for it. They're just not getting it yet. They are looking for it. Here's VPOC. Again, I don't know if my VPOC's right anymore because I have no data under here. You can see I've got no data down here right now. Nothing. So I don't know if I can even trade right now. It won't. I've tried everything you guys are saying, and there's clearly some form of issue for me at the moment. In the mood for a giveaway. Yeah, just remind me who the dickheads were. Caesar, you're not getting a giveaway. You're getting banned today. You're trying to rage bait me, and you did a good job. This is what pissed me off. This is what pissed me off. We take a 20-point stop. I give you 150 point long, 100 point long. We stop out on the runner. We don't get the short, or I don't, but some of you guys get it. I tell you what I'm looking for here. I tell you that it could be a long back here to VWAP, but I'm not going to take it until we fill this gap. I don't get it. So you get net 500 odd points, and you want to sit here being a dick to me. But other streams would be like, I'm taking 5 ticks here. I'm taking 5 ticks here. That's what annoys me. That's literally what annoys me. It's not justification. I'm not trying to justify it. I'm just saying that's what annoys me. It pisses me off. What are we net on the week? I reckon we're net. I mean, I didn't catch the Tuesday one. It annoyed me. But some of you guys will be net 2,000 points on the week. So just like, if you're going to turn up, just like, why can't you just be nice? I posted about it yesterday on Twitter. It costs nothing to be nice. Some of you in Discord will know that you've personally reached out. I feel like I'm very kind back, helping you guys out when you're in need. We'll just ask people, just at least come with the right attitude. I like that. Don't let it marsh your mellow. That's pretty cool. That's a good one. All right, so I'm having to wait right now for us to get to extreme. You said guys have said we've got to enough likes. Let's see if that's correct. Okay. We'll do a giveaway here. All right, we'll give away an Apex account today. Just type FZT once in chat. When's my birthday? End of August. 41. Can you believe it? 40 fucking 1. Just type it once. You don't need to spam. I'll give you guys a minute or two to do that. I cannot believe I'm 41. My advice to you guys who are much, much, much younger than me is lap up every year you've got. Because as you get older, the years, the months, the weeks, they go quicker. I can't believe we're mid-June. It's absolutely insane. You've got to lap up every moment you get on this planet. SOXL's trying here to do this 5-minute higher low kind of move for the squeeze back to 207s again. It's trying. It is trying. Stuck in this chop vest. We are stuck in the chop vest. We have not filled the gap. ES is not over the VWAP or the New York Open. We have a weakness in the ES. And this market does not know what to do as expected. All right, give you guys 10 more seconds here and we'll pull the winner. Oh, no, Pierre. I know, mate. I know. It goes so quick. So quick. All right, here we go. Putting the winner. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This looks pretty bullish over here. Kingdom Wealth. Kingdom Wealth. I think we're going to start moving upside here. It's going to go for that value area high. Here you go. Oh, so Alex is not in any of this. Value area high next. If you base above value area high, oh, then I'll consider a new trade. Until then. All right, congratulations, Kingdom. Congratulations. I'm making a note of your name. All you got to do, email me, info@flowzonetrader.com. Send me a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube. And we'll sort you out as soon as we finish the stream with a free Apex account. So there's your value area high. So that's your next target. So you guys who are long from IB, all right, yeah. VWAPs, this is your target 1. This is your target 2. This is your target 3. This is your target 4, and I tell you what, if you get above here, 300s is still possible today. If, and it's not probable, this is probable, this is probable, this is possible, right? Range rotation, most probable thing. I haven't done a Trump yet. I definitely have. I've definitely done a Trump today. He's so funny. Like he has started saying things that he's feeling and like his lies are really. I'd love to play poker against him. He's terrible now. So the other day when they asked him about the booze he got at the stadium, he said. When they said, what did you think about the reception? It was quite the reception. It was mostly cheers. Okay, that's him saying, I got booed to fuck. This morning he came out and said, the Iran situation is not frustrating me. It's frustrating you because no one even asked you. It's hilarious at this point. You're going to play poker with him. I do not have ace. I do not have it. It's just hilarious at this point, man. Iran must have seen that this morning and been like, oh my God, we're pissing him off so much. Am I in a trade now? Yeah, I'm full send long from this high. I'm risking low of day. And I'm just like, fuck it. You missed Stephen Colbert. Yeah. I mean, the one thing I would say, look, I really don't care who you vote for. You can do what you want. I will say this. I've only been in America 6 years. And I've probably only started watching the late night stuff more recently. It is very political. Like every single late night show is like 40 minutes on Trump. And I know it's the main news going on, but it's like, did you rip the piss out of Biden the same way? Because you should have, and you didn't. And like, that's where I'm like, you know, if you take the piss out of one, you got to do it out of the other. You know, you have to be like reasonable. Like, did you rip the piss out of Biden the amount of times he couldn't talk, or where he pulled someone up front saying, doesn't he look like Barack? I mean, fucking hell, mate. Like I said, I always say, all politicians are douchebags, but I'm just saying the comedians, some of them are funny guys, but like the whole thing of comedy is to be like flat. Yeah. So like if you're gonna poke fun at like stereotypes, right, you have to poke fun at all stereotypes. You can't attack one minority, for example. That's not funny. You can attack that minority, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, for example. What did you say? How's low-hanging fruit? Well, you're in it. You're in it. All right, so you're long here, you're partial here, you're partial here, you're partial here, you're partial here, you're runner there, right? That was the play today, right? It was to try and get long down here. Lots of you were talking about a short down here, and I was like, until we break beneath this, I'm looking for a long down here. We try and play the extremes, All right, we try to play the extremes. So we want to be long bias here, and you want to be short bias up here, but not just because we come up, not just because we come down. You need to see, well, really, you want to see that kind of turnaround, right? Which is what we had here, but we never got back into my level. We had here, but we never filled the gap. It's been a bit of a pain. I bet you ES has traded perfectly for me today with what I'd want to see. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, look. I mean, that is perfect. Filled the gap, reclaimed the gap, held IB. Perfect. All right, upside move here. All right, so that is trading much better, but you're in relative weakness. But that is what I wanted to see on NQ. It's SMT! It's a unicorn! Ride the unicorn! What's the difference between the order flow course and the beginner to advanced course? The beginner to advanced course starts right at the basics, right? Of like, what is a market? How do markets move? What news moves a market? It starts with more of the fundamentals, all right? Outside of technicals, fundamentals. Then we move into basic technicals, structure, auctions. Then we move from that to understanding key levels. Then we move that from multi-time frame. So if you've joined me before, like higher time frame into lower time frame, right? So if this is a higher time frame resistance level, for example, up here, right? We look for shorts up there. We look for the pivot on the lower time frame. Right? Higher time frame resistance level. We look for the pivot on lower time frame. Didn't come up deep enough, but that. All right, we go through that. Then we go through previous day level, previous week levels, areas of interest that I like to mark out, Globex, opening range trades, initial balance trades, my playbook, weekly models, which is what I think we're in this week, weekly models, volume profile, the indicators, playing deep pullbacks, momentum trades, reversal trades, and then putting it all together. And then there's a psychology section and a breathwork section for getting through stress points in the day. And then with the beginner to advanced course, you also get a version of this indicator here, this one here, a version of this, not the full version, but a version of it. And you also get access to Discord. The volume profile and order flow course only covers, all right, volume profile and order flow. Bookmap, footprint, volume. That's what it covers. It's 6 hours long. The beginner to advanced course is 20 hours long, right? So the order flow course is very specific to order flow. I am adding some lessons in there at the moment. Once my guy hurries up and adds them. It doesn't come with Discord. It doesn't come with indicators. It's very specific. No basics or door. Well, we cover each different platform and stuff. Yes, entries are covered. Yeah, and they're all on video format, and they're all rewatchable. It's not like you get them once and you get booted out. You have it for life. It's there forever. You can keep going back to it. I would advise people go back to it. Watch it, trade for a bit, go back, watch it again. You'll be like, oh, that makes sense now, right? You get stuck on a day and you go back, okay, range days, oh, that makes sense now. Momentum days, oh, that makes sense now. Trap players, oh, that makes sense now. The order flow course is a game changer. It's like a light bulb clicked when I started watching it. Yeah, I mean, it's because, do you know what that is though? It's because you did the beginner to advanced course, so you already had a really good understanding of how the market operates. So all you were then adding on is the last bit, which if we really think about it, it's aggressive players and non-aggressive players. It's whales absorbing and aggression. And once you understand that, we can start playing off good areas, right? And then you get the confluence. Okay, so the confluence today, previous day close, important area off the beginner to advanced course. Cash close as well. This isn't a PDC. This is a cash PDC. All right. Previous day value area low. Previous day point of control IB. We know from both courses how important this is. We know at the low of the auction, I would assume there's a load of sellers who got stupid down there. I can't see it because I've Got no data on NinjaTrader, but I would assume there's some big players down there being silly. There's your pivot. This is covered in the beginner to advanced course. There's your pivot. There's your drive. There's your IB trade. There's your Tyson trade. We're holding New York Open, beginner to advanced course. We're looking for upside move here, 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 expansion here if it comes. Thousand lot seller trapped at the lows. There you go. Thank you, Khan. Khan giving me the info I can't have right now. I mean, I probably could look on Bookmap, but yeah, there you go. Thousand lot seller trapped at the lows. That was your. See, this is the point. I didn't have it. I was blind. Well, let's have a look. We can zoom out. What was the low? 28,577. How groggy Bookmap is. It's not very happy right now. Yeah, it is your big boy. It is your big boy. So if I put you over here. Here are your big boys. Boom, 100 lot, 150 lot, 300 lot, 100 lot, 50 lot. Right, all in here. Big boy selling. What happens after that? Pivot and hold. They're all trapped. All right, they're all trapped. All I wanted was this to get filled down here. Just a tiny bit more, and I would have felt very confident because we would have had no reason to move lower. Maybe I overthought it. Whatever. It is what it is. Like, dreadfully sorry I didn't get everything today. Should we long? Up here? No. When I said I'm full port long at the highs, that was me joking. No. The long is here. Right, you can argue this shelf here. Look, we talked about this. Sellers are desperate to get under here. Sellers got stuck here. Right? The opportunity is upside, but where's your risk if you're longing? What? So you're longing there to cover there? I don't trade one-to-ones. That's not how I trade. The long opportunity is here. Maybe that was an ad. Target was here. Value area high. If we find acceptance, these. You don't want a long up here in a range day, right? You don't want a long up here and you don't want a short down here. The market is dictating that to you. It's telling you this is value, right? If you base above, there's an argument for it. But otherwise, there's no trade up there. What crazy day do we go lower day and sweep the low? It's possible, but do you know what I'm thinking now? Because my bias is to not take any of these out until tomorrow, it is better if we leave this and these all intact. All right? Because this stop run causes this stop run. This stop run causes this stop run. This stop run causes that move. And that can be a nice Friday play. We can watch this range here tomorrow, as long as they don't take it out beforehand. Weekly model, beginner to advanced course. Dancing around IB mid, yeah, exactly. VWAPs. Look at it, even if I take all of this off, right? Take this off, take this off. Why is there two of these? Take this off. Right, we're just going to put VWAP on. In fact, let's start with this. Profile. Point control. Most traded area. Most choppy area you can trade of the day is here. All right, there's your first thing. VWAP. What's the angle of these VWAPs? What's the angle of them? Flat. Choppy area. All right. No trend. Trend would be VWAPs up or VWAPs down. Neither. Okay. Second indication. Choppy area. Let's take VWAPs off. Flow zones. What are these doing? What did I say? When do we focus more on the flow zones? Trending markets. Okay, we already know we're not in a trending market. So what are we doing? Under, over, under, over. All right, so we ignore it. Gex. Pinned right now. Positively pinned, I would say. More upside bias. Held put wall. Reclaimed sevens. More upside bias. But everything's pretty tight. Where's our C1? C1's here. Where's our P1? Right down here. We're just hovering around this. And this. We're not below that. We don't look like we're gunning above C1 to get higher. They're not putting enough volume up here right now to attract price. There's nothing in here right now telling me to take a position in here. Everything that we've seen today, from the very beginning, from the very, very beginning when I started today, go over the beginning. This is where I said we'd probably fail, right? That's why the yellow line's there. That's the extreme. All right, so we're going from surprise, surprise, Bollinger Band to 5-day. Surprise, surprise. All right, we're inside yesterday's bar with a fail break below. This is all from the morning. We talked about this. We are inside yesterday's bar. Okay, that's your first clue. We are going to chop. Your second clue, we are going to chop. We are inside previous day's value. All right, we haven't moved outside of it. We failed. We tagged. Alex missed that because he had it done wrong. Beyond previous day's value, think about current week. We're inside this fat old node. All right, this is the most traded area since the Sunday open, which means what? It's fair value. We're not at an extreme. We are in balance right now. In balance, we chop. At an extreme, we auction lower, or we fail and come back into balance. We auction higher, or we fail and come back into balance. That's why we play extremes. We do not play middle. You play middle, you are likely to lose. You are likely to get chopped up, all right? Learn to play the extremes. All right, so this has told you, everything told you today's going to be choppy. Every single indication in here told you today's going to be choppy. Now, beyond that, what can we think about? Put these back on for a second. All right, let's go through the sectors to 5 minutes. Let's see if we have alignment. All right, semis above New York Open, push up, pull back, holding above pre-market high. Okay, so strength, relative strength in semiconductors. Okay, let's go to software. Are they finding a bid? No. All right, flat. Okay, so strength in semis, flat on software. Okay, let's go through the mag. Is that finding a bid? Okay, Apple's trying, but it's below its New York Open. So it's gapping up, but it can't get through the New York Open. So we're in, zoom out. Oh, a range. All right, Amazon, what are we in? There's the yellow line where I said we'd probably reject. That was pre-market. We defined that out. It's key level. Okay, weakness and in chop versus yesterday. Google, weakness, so relative weakness versus semis. Software. Meta, software, relative weakness versus semis. Microsoft, software, relative weakness versus semis. Guess what NVIDIA's going to be? Relative strength versus software, all right, and still doesn't look great. Tesla, relative strength versus software, okay? So if we don't have alignment in the mag, 1, 2, 3 of them green, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them red, if we don't have alignment between software and semis and the mag, that is another indication that we're likely to chop, all right? The sentiment's there for you if you know how to read it. When we had the, I mean, I did a video for you guys on this the other day. When we had the big sell, the day we had the big sell, what did I say in the morning, right? Some of you have probably seen the short. What did I say in the morning? Before we even opened, I said we have alignment for a big sell day today because the semis are gapping down and selling, the mag is gapping down and selling, and software are gapping down and selling. So if we think about that in here, I don't know if there's a way of me. If this was all red, all right, forget finances. If this side of the tape was all red, we'd be in a big sell, wouldn't we, today? We don't. Microsoft red, Oracle red, software red, communications red, tech green, semis green, all right, balancing each other out. Chop, choppity chop chop, chop chop chop. Yes? What you have to say to yourself is, do I think this wants to lift up here and here? Yes. Is there an entry right now? No. Was there an entry? Yes. Okay, missed the entry. So the next thing is it has to prove strength and get above this. All right, it has to prove strength for this move. If it can't prove strength, if you enter here and it can't get up there, you're going to get slapped back down again because this is your range. Right? So thinking it wants to go here. Okay, we have thesis it wants to go there. Prove to me it wants to go there. That would be the proof. It's not proving to me right now. It's stuck. All right, ES back up again to the New York Open and New York View up, and we have 2 minutes left to lunch. Alex, if I get the course, do we become part of Discord? You do, yes, Spencer. If you just go to the very end of the course, there is a module on Discord. It will tell you what to do. I'm actually just going to delete this middle grey box because it's completely useless there now. We don't need it. All right, so if you want to know where you're pinned for the day, this is where you're currently pinned for the day between these two. You'll need to see acceptance outside of these two and ideally outside of previous day. So if you think about this, yesterday, let's make this make sense. Yesterday, you were pinned between these. And so far today, you're pinned between that. All right, so if we think about that, this is compression, which means tomorrow, unless they're going to pin us even tighter, which is unlikely, we're probably going to see something outside of the compression, which is why I'm saying I think Friday is going to be a really good trade. The right side is not an indicator, buddy. It's a drawing tool. You have it available to you. It's called Anchored Volume Profile. Alex, I noticed a few massive buyers on ES at 729975. How can you tell if the buyers are still holding the purchase? You can't really. You can't. You'll just have to watch the order flow. You can't tell if they're still in or not because you don't know what their exit is. But if they're a big buyer, their exit will normally be where other big buyers get caught, right? If they're a big buyer, their exit would normally be where other really big buyers get caught. Why? Because if other really big buyers get caught, they can become a passive seller. So back to the top side of this grey box again. And they're trying to break through this and get up to previous day value area high. That is what they are attempting to do. They're attempting to get through 925 to get you up to, what is it, like 965. And then if they find strength over that in the afternoon session, we could think about continuation trade. If they pop up there and they fail, we will think about that trade back inside. Again, ES, important here, into New York Open. So here they come, up for the 25s, which is your value area high. So if you're still long, this is your TP, and then up here. Does the beginner advance help me map out these zones, GEX and trading view indicators? It maps out the zones. GEX is not my indicator, okay? GEX you will have to buy from a provider. I use Tanuki. Do not have to use Tanuki. You can use anyone like Unusual Whales will have one. Tide, Cheddar Flow. There's tons out there. You've got to find one that works for you. You will not get option levels for free. Not accurate levels, because they are changing every day, all the time. So you will need to pay for them if you want what I have on the screen. I pay for them. Alex, just want to thank you for the knowledge and time you give us during these sessions. No worries, man. No worries. Well, look, my ambition each day is the same thing. I just want you to learn something. As long as you're learning, that's all that matters. We made some money today. Could have made more. Could always make more, though. That's the truth of it. Where are my options levels? These on the screen. These horizontal lines. Can you find a short right now into range, back into range? Yes, but you're going to need to see significant buyers trapped. All right, so what you'd want to see if the short, you are popping and failing here. I would like to see them run all this out. Okay, so if I was going to take the short, I'd want to see something like this. Back down. All right, the higher the better. What you're going to know now is we're into lunch. The more buyers that are trapped above this and failing these, the better. All right. Otherwise, you have to be aware that this can happen. But if you see a large candle up here with buyers get very exuberant and that candle is met with a passive seller, and then you reject value, then that range trade becomes available again. But you're running out of room, right? Because if you trade this, you need to cover the mid and then cover this extreme. The difference is that we've got so used to huge moves. I mean, this is still good. 900 to 7. I guess there's 200 points there. So you got 100 point back to mid and 100 point for extension to the other side. It's not bad. Alex just bought the course. Would you recommend I go through the entire program? Yes, definitely. There'd be some parts where like I already know this, but I would go through it because it all matters. Alex, I have a problem. I take trades way too early and get hurt and re-enter. Any advice? You've been helping me with discipline, but it is in my own hands. Okay, so AFG, can you give me an example? So, for example, if you're saying you're trading early, are you front side when you're early? Are you short because you are anticipating a short here to roll? Or are you long here without waiting for a pullback, for example? Or long here without waiting for the shift? Because there is a difference. Luna's doing great. Thanks, Raf. She's doing really good. Yeah, it's access forever, Jason. It's a one-time fee forever. Like this morning, I entered before the break to the upside. Okay, but you're telling me. I like. It's very hard for me to understand where you entered. I entered before the break for the upside, so you entered in here. Okay, so did I. Was the entry valid? Like I entered here looking for this hold, risking 20 points. Stopped out. We came back down. Then I was waiting for this same move we had later in the day. Didn't come. They pivoted and held, and then we got back in again. Long, pullback, held, again, add. Long, pullback, hold, and then out. There's nothing wrong with entering in there if it's a valid setup for you. There's a problem if it's not a valid setup for you. I don't know what your setup is. If you are trading the opening range break and you entered within here, then you traded too early without a valid setup. I don't know what your trade is. Yeah, so if I don't know what your trade is, I can't tell you whether you're the wrong side of it or anticipating a move, or I don't know without understanding the trade. Alex, don't want to make you repeat it, but what's the provider name for the paid indicator on the stream? Tanuki Trade. Tanuki Options Gex. Tanuki Trades, I think it is. How long's the current Lucid promo for? You get 2 Lucids for 50%. I'll tell you. I have to log in. Until the 2nd of July. Limited to 2 per trader, 50% off, including direct funded, until the 2nd of July. That's when it ends. No worries. All right, they're still trying to bid this. They're trying to get you that move. Are any of you still long holding from this position? Hopefully, if you've got some runners, tiny piece left, hopefully it gets up there for you. I hope it does. Quick question, my Lucid 50k eval. I'm really close to passing the eval. Once I hit 3k profit, does it auto close my position? No, you will need to close your position. I don't use TradingView for copy trading, but there are guys in my Discord who do it. I think they use like TradeSync or one of those ones. I don't trade on TradingView. Still long? Yeah, nice, guys. Am I looking for another entry? I've drawn it out about 10 times for you. It won't be during lunch. After lunch, I'll be waiting to see if we can build out a base above this. I'll be willing to look for this long with TP1 and TP2 up here. If we're not willing to do that, if we do anything where I see buyers get trapped, it might be here, it might be above this, and we reject in here, then I'll be looking for a rotation back down. All right, it all depends on the condition, depends what the market shows me in here. All right, do we trap buyers for a rotation, or do we start holding pullbacks, trap sellers for a squeeze? It really depends, because the market's in balance, and if we move out of balance, we can't be looking for trades inside. If we stay in balance or reject out of balance, we look for trades inside. It depends on the condition of the market after lunch. It looks like a squeeze. I don't know, mate. Like, until this point, this has been good, but there's no guarantee we get a price above this. Will I be live later at least? No, I will not be. I'll be in the Discord. We're going to get off here in 5 minutes. I just want to see if they hold this bid for you guys. It's value area high again. This is all about whether they find acceptance above there. ES now looks like it's finding acceptance back above the New York Open. So if they can find some strength here, there's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance? I'm telling you there's a chance. If they can find some strength there, there's a chance. Are you telling me there's a chance? There is a chance. So remember, your next target is previous day value area high here for those of you who are long. This is why I'm just trying to sit here with you. It's Globex, previous day value area high. Hopefully you get up here for your next TP, and then high of day, and then if they squeeze high of day 300, if they reject up here, if they trap buyers up here and reject, it'll be rotation again. It's a good hold of ES though. It looks good. ES has got a chance to go here. As long as it prints above the New York Open, which it is at the moment. We have just swept a little bit of liquidity. A 15 break will probably take you to 20s on the ES. So if they can break 15s, you probably get 20s on the ES, and then you can come up to that put wall again. But it really depends if they've got any juice over lunch or not. Here it goes. There's the 15s. So it's trying to get through the 15 break on ES, and that can help lift NQ. Remember, your target here is previous day value area high for your next TP. That's your target. Here they come. Buyers are coming in here, and they're trying to get you that push up. Come on, Bookmap. Don't be laggy. Fucking hell, mate. This data is awful. I might have to do a computer reset or something. Right, 29,000 on deck here. If you can get through previous day value area high, they are adding liquidity up here. So hopefully you can get this shove for you guys. It's looking pretty good. ES starting to go. So that's the 15 break. So they're looking for 20s now. And a 20 break will get them up to 330s. This is going to hurt me from not being long down here like I wanted. Hopefully you guys that are calling the short down here have learned to see the type of structure setting up on the screen. Anyone trading in the London session Discord? Yes, lots of people, but not me. I'm asleep. All right, here's your next target. So you're almost there. Don't be a dick for a tick. Pay yourself some money, and then just see if we find acceptance up to the IB. I would say for you guys now who are long from these lows, you do not want it losing this shelf. So you want 80s protected. Here you go. Here's your next TP. God, this fucking hurts because... There's a 320-point trade for you. Okay, so this is your TP, and you're just runners only now. So you should have locked some in on that blue line, which we just tagged. You see the rejection of it so far. Now, I would say, if you are holding runners, this level here has to hold. Ideally this, but certainly this. So do not let it come under 80s. Under 80s, you're done. When were you short? When? I'm not saying it anymore. I'm really sorry. Like, I feel like you guys are taking the piss out of me today. I've literally explained it 50 million times on screen, drawn it out for you. I can't keep doing it. Yeah, exactly. You got to be trolling at this point. Okay, so where did ES just go? 20s, right? So the 15 break we talked about just got you up to the 20s. You just tagged 21. You just wicked the liquidity there. If they get through the 21s, they're going to come 330. You must not let this come below. You don't really want it below 18s here, but you certainly don't want it below 80s. And you should be tiny size. You are long from here. You are partial here. You are partial here. You're almost all out here. If you're very, very lucky, you're going to see this market do this for the rest of the day, which would be amazing for you guys, because if you get that move on your runner, if they go into expansion mode, you're going to get 600 points. Yep, that's how much that's going to hurt me. Do I look for exhaustion? Yes, exhaustion's same thing, right? When the sellers are caught at the lows, that's exhaustion. When you see a big seller and a turnaround, that's exactly what it is. Definitely. Oh, I'm good. Don't worry about me. Look, trust me. I'm okay. It's not a bad day. All right. This one's eval, by the way. These aren't. All right. It's an okay day. It's just not as good or big as it should be. I'm okay. It's not a big deal. Really is not a big deal. Yesterday was a very good day. Day before was a pretty good day. Might need to make some money here on this Funded Next account to get the payout. Is it $250 a day on Funded Next? I always forget. I think it is, isn't it? Is it $250 a day? Anyone here know? Is it $250 a day on 50k Funded Next? You got a free Lucid account from AJ. Nice. $250 a day. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, so I'm a bit short. I'm at $203 for the day, so I need a bit more on that one to get the payout. All right, folks. That's it. I was only staying with you so you could get this TP here. Good luck for you guys holding for the rest of the day, and we'll see what's set up in Discord now, and we'll go again. Lucid and AJ are definitely not scammers, Alex. I don't understand why you would say that. I get paid out from them all the time. They're definitely not scammers. It's bizarre. They're probably the best platform out there right now. All right, folks. Yeah, see you tomorrow morning. Let's close out the week strong. We've had a really good week. This is probably going to be the best week of the year. I got scammed. They told me I was money laundering and denied a 4K payout. Well, that sounds like an issue between you and them, not a scam issue. That sounds like an issue of you, not them. You need to take that up with them, and you need to ask them why that happened. It might be because of multiple IP addresses, or changing of bank accounts, or changing of addresses, or multiple other things. You would need to take that up with them. All right. Done. All right, folks. Big love. Trade safe. Use hard stops. You know what to look for this afternoon. All right. Your runners, if you find acceptance above previous day. If, all right, liquidity is built out here and you find acceptance, this is your runner. If you're willing to hold this grey box, that becomes potential. If there is failures, that becomes the rotation again. All right. Simple as that. Do not get long. New money long here. Let it build out over lunch if it's going to do something. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Trade safe and use hard stops, all that good stuff. Peace out, everyone.